Hello traders, this is my watch list for Wednesday, November 9th. We do have two Fed speakers by the afternoon, so it can add a little volatility, but other than that, nothing else on the economic calendar. To start off, we have PANW. It is in an area of buying pressure that can be spotted better on the 4-hour, and the weekly never triggered a 2 down, and we have a MACD curling up on the daily. If you look at the 2-hour, it did have a nice recovery followed by a 2 up and closed inside 4-hour, all while creating higher lows. I'll be looking to play the break in either direction with gaps on both sides. If we trigger 2 down on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 147, 145, and 143 areas. And if we trigger 2 up on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 155 and 162 areas. WOLF is another name I'll be watching. It's definitely a lagger in the semiconductor space, but with some nice room to run. WOLF is still holding an inside week, and it's off of a broadening formation. And with the 2 up on the day and acceptance into this range, I see weekly buying pressure that should support it. We also have a MACD curling up on the daily, and it's entering an area of lower liquidity. If you zoom into the 2-hour, we did have a pretty solid bounce right off the broadening formation, and it closed inside 4-hour and still above VWAP with a bit of a hammer. If the 2 up triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 81, 85, and 88.5 areas. And if the 2 down triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 76 and 72.6 areas. Another name I'll be watching is Etsy. The daily bounced off the 0.618 fib retracement, and we held the 20 EMA with the week wanting to put in a bit of a hammer. It is currently 3-1 on the 4-hour, and it's still trading in some levels that was given in a previous video. But if the 2 up triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 104 and 106 areas. And if the 2 down triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 96 and 92.3 area. GLD is another name I'll have on watch. It is a 3-2 up on the week, and daily is right at that 0.5 fib retracement, trading well above its 20 EMA on the daily, but it did reject the 20 EMA on the weekly with MACD curling up, and it's also an outside month candidate based on the 50% rule. And if you go into the smaller time frames, it is inside 65, inside 2-hour, and we have an inside 4-hour, and it closed above VWAP, and it's also in an area of low liquidity. If the 2 up triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 160, just kidding, not 10, 161 and 162.6. And if the 2 down triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 156 and 154.5 areas. And we do have Caterpillar on watch. It's rejecting this trend line on the weekly from May 31st, 2021. It is super extended on the RSI and the MACD, but also be prepared to play either side. On the smaller time frames, we do have a 3-1 setup on the 4-hour. With MACD ready to curl down, and the 2-hour shows some repetitive selling pressure for now. If the 2 up triggers on the, if the 2 up triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 232, 234.5, and 238 areas. And if the 2 down triggers on the 4-hour, I'll be targeting 224 and 222 areas. And MRNA is my final ticker on watch. We did hit this weekly broadening formation, and also we filled this daily imbalance to the T. and we managed to close below the 0.382 fib retracement. It does have a hammer shooter combo on the 65 minute, and it did close 3-1 on the 4 hour below VWAP. If the two up triggers on the 4 hour, I'll be targeting 167.5, 171, and 175 areas. And if the two down triggers on the 4 hour, I'll be targeting 159 and 156 areas. But these are the tickers I'll be watching for Wednesday, November 9th. We do have CPI on Thursday, so it is possible we get some chop, especially after today's range. So just remember to time those entries, manage risk, and let's be prepared for what tomorrow brings.